Hello dear traders, welcome to Trading Hero weekly and monthly trading review. This week and month all portfolios brought us profit. Let's start our analysis from the first portfolio, which is 5K portfolio in the first version. It brought us 0.35% for this week and 1.6% for August. 5K portfolio in the second version didn't bring us any profit this week and 2.3% per month. 5K portfolio in third version also almost didn't bring us any profit for this week and almost 1.5% this month. 10K portfolio in the first version 0.1% this week and 1.8% this month. 10K portfolio version 2 0.1% this week and almost 1% this month. 10K portfolio version 3 0.1% this week and 2.3% this month. 20K portfolio 0.1% this week and 1.7% this month. 50K portfolio almost with no profit this week and 1.7% this month. 100K portfolio almost with no profit this week and 1.4% this month. And 200K portfolio almost 0.1% this week and 1.8% this month. Let's switch to the MetaTrader platform and check all our trades. We start from the first currency pair. This is the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. We are on an hourly time frame where each vertical line separates one trading day, and with a gray rectangle we highlighted the trading area of the current week. As you can see, this week we spent in a very narrow consolidation. Actually, this is one of the reasons why we didn't have many profitable trades. The second reason is that we got losses with some currency pairs, but I'll tell you about it later. Now we can see that the market is consolidating in a very narrow range, so that's why we closed only one sell trade from the previous week. Actually, this $25, this is the only trade that we made here. But still we have a couple of trades, buy and sell trades that are still in the market, and that's why actually we don't care where the market will go, because we're going to close one of the sides. And speaking about the global trend, you can see that actually we are in an upward movement. We're somewhere in the middle of this channel, and on a daily time frame you can also see that we have this upward movement. So from my point of view, we have a very high chances that we continue this movement the next week and we're gonna break through this resistance level. The next currency pair is Aussie NZD, and as you can see, after the Central Bank of New Zealand cut the rates, Aussie NZD started its growth, and this growth continues. So this week we closed only two trades, and unfortunately we got some losses here, because this algorithm was actually waiting to open the third trade at the top, but unfortunately a couple of pips didn't allow us to do it, so that's why we have not covered all the losses that we should have covered. But this kind of issues happen sometimes. What is more important, that we are gaining a lot of selling positions, and now we're waiting for the correction, and hopefully we're going to close all the trades with a profit that will not just compensate the small loss that we received this week, but will bring us a lot of money. Speaking about the daily time frame, you can see that we are slowly but confidently moving to the previous resistance level. You can see that we were bouncing off it at the beginning of 2025, then in November 2024, and in July 2024 we also were trying to break through this level. I think that there will be another attempt to test it. We'll see how it will work, because usually when we have a corridor where the price spends a lot of trading months or even years, because we were trading in this range for more than 2 years, I think that the chances of the return movement are really high. That actually will allow us to close all of the sell trades that we have. But even if the price continues its movement and will break through this local high, still we have the capacity to average all the trades that we're currently following. So I think that with this currency pair everything is gonna be okay. The next currency pair is Aussie USD. Here, as you can see, the price was consolidating for 3 days, actually Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, after the Powell speech. So you can see that the market was trying to break, first of all, the support level, because we can see that the market was declining before this news release, but then still the price started to grow. Speaking about the global picture, you can see that we have this price decline, we have a downward channel, And on the daily time frame, you can also see that we have these lowering highs and lowering lows, which means that the trend we previously had actually was over, and now we're going downwards. So I think that the most probable option for the end of this week and the next week is a consolidation and a price decrease, at least to the local support level. The profit of this week amounted to $15. And the next currency pair is Euro British Pound. You can see that we finally closed the trades we were holding from the second week of August. We didn't get a lot of profits because we paid a lot of swaps for this period, and also we closed another buy and trade. So the total profit amounted only to $50. Actually, the price reached the previous resistance level here, and we actually see that there are attempts to grow, but on the global time frame you can see that we are still in a consolidation. We have this support, we have this resistance, so everything that happens in this channel actually doesn't mean nothing in mid-term or long-term perspective. The next currency pair is Pound USD. Here you can see that our forecast of the further decrease didn't work, because after Powell's speech we can see that the price has risen. And the good news is that we formed a new local resistance level that we tried to break for a couple of times and it didn't work. So hopefully we're gonna break through the support level of this consolidation and continue this downward movement, because if we check the daily time frame, we still have this downward movement. Yes, we met a very strong support level again here at this level, very close to our take profits, but now we can see that 3 times in a row we were trying to break through this level, this resistance level, and then the levels that were lower than this one, and we failed. So hopefully this downward correction will continue. Meanwhile, we were buying and selling and closed a couple of trades, and the profit is $235. The next currency pair is GBP CAD. Finally, we closed 2 grids of trades that we were holding from the beginning of August, and one of them was closed with a loss because we held it for quite a long time and we had a full load. So that's why we were paying very high swaps during the last 2 weeks. So this is the reason why we have losses. And the second grid of trades that consisted only from 4 orders, we made small profit, but we also paid some money for the swaps. Actually, we reached the previous support level, and now we have all chances to shift into a consolidation from this level. This week's result is minus $115, and on the daily time frame you can see that our forecast of the price decrease from this resistance level, it worked perfectly. We can see the price decrease. Actually, the next global stop should be somewhere around the previous support level. The next currency pair is USD CAD, and here you can see that the price decreased. Actually, we had this first wave of decrease on Friday after Powell's speech, then the second one was on Wednesday, and now we can see that we are heading to the previous support level, and maybe here we're gonna find a consolidation. We closed our selling trade that we held it from the previous week and opened another buying trade. The profit of this week amounted to $86, and on the daily time frame you can see that the idea of the growth that we had on the previous week, it didn't work well, but still we are very close to the support levels, so there is a chance that the price will continue to grow from these local lows. And the last currency pair is NZD CAD, and here you can see that we have a similar picture to AUD CAD. We have a very narrow consolidation. We can say that we were moving between the previous local low and the highest price after Powell's speech, so we are waiting for the price to break either this support or resistance level. The profit of this week amounted to $78, and on the daily time frame we can see that we have this downtrend. Nothing has changed, and we're gonna be falling according to the current market phase. Speaking about August, I want to say that this month we had both good and bad things. First of all, we closed all the trades that we were holding since April on NZD CAD, and finally we have only one position on GBP USD that we have to close, and unfortunately we saw the correction from the support level and we didn't close this trade with GBP USD. Speaking about the global volatility, it decreased and the profits of this month are not so high as we could expect, but we have September ahead, and usually in September volatility increases, so we're expecting good profits next month. And finally, I hope that we're gonna close the trade with the British pound. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and see you in the next video review.